Rumors of a potential joint venture to develop an electric vehicle between Apple and Hyundai first surfaced in January 2021. After that, there were some additional rumors suggesting that the two were close to finalizing their agreement, but nothing more definitive happened. Since Elon Musk reigns in the EV world, he clearly had something to say. Let's talk about this in today's video. Hints of an automobile. If you own an Apple iPhone, you've likely heard that it makes sense to spend money on an iPad, AirPods, MacBook, AirTags, or anything else the tech giant has given its name to. Currently, it appears like Apple intends to replace both your automobile and you, owing to a lot of wise corporate hires. In April, Tim Cook dropped indications that Apple would eventually release an automobile. Cook stated the following in an interview with Kara Swisher for the Sway podcast of the New York Times. In terms of the work that we're doing there, obviously, it's going to be a little coy on that. I consider autonomy to be a core technology. The car is, in many ways, a robot if you take a step back. A robot is an autonomous vehicle. There are many things you can do with autonomy. We'll also monitor Apple's actions. In fact, we'll watch what Apple does. There isn't much to go on right now when it comes to an Apple electronic automobile other than rumors. Apple has reportedly hired Porsche's vice president of chassis development to work with its Project Titan team, which is code for "we're building a car," according to 9to5Mac. Additionally, it hired ex-Tesla staff, though Elon Musk presumably won't use the word talent given his 2015 statement that Apple has hired people we fired. We usually make fun of Apple by calling it the Tesla graveyard. You move on to Apple if you don't succeed at Tesla. I'm not joking. Possibilities and manufacturing. However, how likely is it that Apple will actually produce a car, and not only create it, but also advertise and sell its electric competitor? Everyone is going to create vehicles. A self-described tech enthusiast tweeted in May of this year. Musk responded, "Prototypes are easy. Manufacturing is hard." Yes, Apple has the resources and, in some cases, the means to produce a car. But would you buy one? It can take Apple a few tries to really get it right, as the initial model of the iPhone made it clear. As observed by Hypebeast, Apple's breakthrough battery technology radically lowers the cost of batteries while expanding the vehicle's range, according to a December 2020 article from Reuters. Once more, Musk refuted these assertions, again on Twitter of course, stating, "Tesla already uses iron phosphate for medium-range cars built in our Shanghai facility. Because the maximum voltage is 100 times too low, a monocell is electrochemically impossible." Perhaps they were referring to cells that were jointed together, like our structural battery pack? Rivalry. This sounds like a mixture of petty rivalry and unavoidable reality. Nevertheless, Apple has been working on Project Titan for approximately 7 years, with a little concrete proof suggesting a 4-wheeled, self-driving end product. If we do see an Apple automobile in the near future, we anticipate it to be relatively understated in terms of appearance, clean, simple lines, adhering to a design language used by Apple's product line in the entire electric car sector. However, in true Apple fashion, it'll be also pricey, as are most new cars from these manufacturers. By that time, we anticipate batteries and range to have advanced further, making it potentially a more feasible EV. If Tesla's remarks are any indication, self-driving vehicles are the ways to go. Even if Apple enters the electric vehicle industry, would it be able to convince us to abandon our trusted models of Tesla, BMW, Ford, and Mini, along with nearly every other marquee? Perhaps a few more thoughtful recruits, a massive infusion of cash, and 10 years of technology advancement can completely alter the situation. Better batteries at a lower price. Tesla announced that it will seek $1.6 billion in debt funding to start building its factory, money that Apple could readily provide from its enormous cash reserves. The largest corporation in the world could actually afford to fully fund the Gigafactory, which Tesla predicts will end up costing between $4 billion and $5 billion. Despite the fact that, according to industry analysis, there are currently a sizable worldwide production capacity for consumer electronic batteries, Tesla's promised economies have scaled may allow Apple to access a completely new level of efficiency complexity, sophistication, and control. Contrary to many areas of the consumer electronics sector, battery manufacturing facilities are typically very automated, which means that labor isn't a large contributor to production costs. Factory automation is something that the firm excels at, as anyone who has seen Tesla robots build cars will attest. Deep involvement in the project from the beginning, such as acting as an investor, might provide Apple with the kind of closer relationship with a significant supplier that it enjoys. Its approach to products is definitely by this kind of control. Customers might benefit from Apple receiving stronger batteries for its gadget at a lower cost, much as Tesla desires for its automobiles. However, even if the Gigafactory never produces a single iPhone battery, it may have a significant impact on the development of energy storage in the future. When fully operational to the plant, according to the business, will generate more lithium-ion batteries than it's currently produced globally. The price reductions anticipated by Tesla, according to Sam Jaffe, a battery industry analyst with Navigant Research, are in line with his company's projections. The cheaper batteries will also help Tesla achieve its main goal of producing a widely accessible electric vehicle, or what it's referred to as Gen 3, mass market vehicle, or Model E. Click one of the two videos on your screen right now.